That's the plan. Start in any position where you're comfortable. This can be seated upright or reclining. The choice is yours. Make sure that you're comfortable. That's the main thing. And then I'm going to mute everybody so that we have good sound quality. And do feel free if there's something I need to know, if there's a technical issue, or of course at the end of class, feel free to unmute yourself as you wish. So as you settle in, if you're seated, sit tall. If you're reclining, make yourself comfortable. If you like, close the eyes. Nothing is mandatory except that you continue to breathe and be as kind with yourself as possible. Take an exaggerated breath in and let it go. Take another generous breath in and let it go. And just like that, one more time. Through the mouth, let it go. Take this opportunity to check in lightly, lovingly, noticing where you're at right now. There has been so much going on over this last week and a half, over these last many months. And I think on some level, all of our nervous systems are compromised. So check in and notice whatever catches your attention right now. Maybe it's a sensation in the body or a certain way the energy feels. Maybe it's stuck, or maybe you feel anxious or fried or exhausted. Maybe in this moment you feel really settled and content. Whatever it might be, notice where you're at right now. Give yourself permission to soften into whatever you may be feeling, taking a moment to do so, perhaps for the first time in a while, or maybe just for the first time today. And then for my friends who are reclining, gently make your way to a seated and upright position. If you're seated, stay upright. You might take a moment to change the cross of your legs or to adjust so that you're comfortable. And then place one hand around the center of the chest. In yoga, sometimes we call this the heart center. And place another hand lightly on the abdomen. And feel how your hands are moved with the breath, maybe a little, maybe a lot. And now move your spine in rolling, undulating ways. And again, let this gentle movement soften you into what you're feeling in this moment. You might release the hands now, reverse the circles, perhaps expand them. Feel into how your body wants to move. There's this line from a Mary Oliver poem, let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Let this soft animal of your body guide you in this movement. There's no way it's supposed to look. There's not really any particular way it's supposed to feel either. And sit tall and now undulate in an arching and rounding way, lifting the heart, opening the front of the body, exhaling, rounding, curling in. Hello, kitty. Inhale, lifting the heart, exhaling, rounding, just like that. And come to center, to upright. Take your right hand down to the side. Let me tilt that a bit. Take your right hand off to the side. Take your left hand behind your head. Oh, sorry, kitty. Didn't realize I bumped right into her. Left hand behind your head. Lengthen the left side of your body. Make it as long and spacious as possible. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, reach the top arm up and over. If it's more comfortable to have the hand on the head, then have it like that. And breathe here. As you're breathing, anchor into your seat. Send a little extra breath over into the side of your rib cage where this extra space is opening up. And allow the inhale to perhaps spread the ribs a little bit more. While we're still on this side, add your own curling, twisting, turning. How does your soft animal body wish to move right now? And there's no movement that's too small. There's no movement that's too big or dramatic. Use your top arm to lift up, come to center, change sides. Right hand on the back of the head, left hand walking out. At first, take a few breaths, lengthening the elbow up, the sitting bone and your bum rooted down. Add the gentle arc. Reach the top arm up and over if you like. Deep breath in and out. And because of the I think it's a Martin Luther King quote that Obama and Father Greg Boyle and several others have been quoting lately. Every time I say the word arc, I think of the arc of the moral, the moral compass is long, but it bends toward justice. So we're in kind of a marathon. There's a lot going on in the short term, but we also need our energy to stay the course, whatever that course looks like for you individually, for each of us individually. Adding, turning, twisting, tilting. And that's partly why I wanted to do this kind of short break in the middle of the day to come back into our bodies, come back into our physical senses. Get us off our screens for a little bit. I know you're looking at screens to do class, but you're moving. Reach up, get tall, come to center, release the arms. Roll the shoulders, take the elbows with it, with the shoulders so it exaggerates the movement. And then go the other way. Good, just like that. And release the arms. From here, lower the chin to the chest and roll the head over to the right. Pause there and see what feels right for you. Maybe it feels good to stay in one spot, let the left shoulder melt. Maybe it feels good to add a little bit of that kind of turny, twisty, exploratory movement we've been working with. Deep breath in, gentle breath out. And slowly lower the chin to the chest, take it over to the other side. And breathe here. What feels intuitively right on this side. If you're not sure, try something. And keep breathing and noticing. Moving a little if you like, staying still for a couple more breaths if you like. It's your body. You get to choose. And slowly back down to center. Bring the head to upright. And then turn the head, looking all the way over one shoulder. Back to center. Stay nice and tall as you look over the other shoulder. And back to center. Do that again. Turning, looking over one shoulder, pausing when you get there. And turning, looking over the other shoulder. Pausing when you get there. And come on back to center. And while we're seated, let's do one more movement, a spinal twist. Take the arms up overhead. Bend the elbows and interlace your fingers. Turn the palms away from you. Start by sending your palms forward. And then reach up skyward. As high as you like. The arms may still be a little out in front of you. It just depends on what the shoulders need right now. Press up through the index finger side of the palm as much as the pinky finger side of the palm. And if anything feels pinchy in neck or shoulders, dial it back. Dial it back so it works for you. Grow tall on the inhale, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Stay there, nice and tall. Come back to center, inhale. Bring the interlaced fingers down so that you can see which index finger is on top, and then switch the interlace all the way down. So if it was the right index finger in the top position, now it's the left index finger in the top position. If it feels awkward, it's a good sign you've got it right. Press the palms away and reach up. Nice and long overhead. Keep all of that glorious length. Inhale, and as you exhale, twisting to the other side, rooting down, lengthening up, breathing, feeling into it. Take another breath in and let it go. Unwind, release the arms. Take the arms out in a T position. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders. And take the elbows and shoulders in circles. See if you can feel your shoulder blades really moving around, migrating on your back. Go the other way. Good. Bring the elbows really close together. Bring the forearms together or as close as possible. And then open up and lift the heart. Exhale and round. Spread your shoulder blades out wide on your back. And then open up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's do that one more time. Bring the forearms together. Spread the shoulder blades wide. And then squeeze them together. Open up. Lower the arms. Let's do one circle to finish here. Inhale, reach up overhead. Hands to the heart on an exhale. Release the arms and swing around so you're lying down on your back. If you have a belt or a dog leash or a towel, something that we can loop around the foot, have that at the ready. If not, you can always grab a pant leg or of either yoga pants or shorts or something. So lie down on your back, hug your knees to your chest, and rock side to side. Yeah, if you don't have props handy, it's not a problem at all. Breathe while you're here. And as you settle in and rock, Let your head roll. And touch the feet down flat to the mat. Heel toe your feet mat width or a little wider apart. Take your arms out generously wide. If there's room, you might make a T with the arms, but any shape where you feel like you've got some nice space for the arms, that'll work well. Tip the knees, windshield wiper side to side. Come on back to center. Walk the feet back in. And cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So this kind of hip stretch, usually you see at the end of class, but we're going to get right into it. So you can cross the right ankle over the thigh. And if you prefer, you can do thread the needle, where you reach the arms through and hold on to either your pant leg, or reach through and clasp behind the left thigh. Or if you've got your belt handy, if it feels like a long reach, use your belt behind the thigh. Now, if that position, reaching through with the arms, feels really awkward, feel free to put your left foot down and use the hands instead to hold the shin directly. You'll have a little more control over it. And then as the right shin comes in toward your chest, whether you're in thread the needle or holding with the hands, check in with your right outer hip. This is the area where we want to feel some stretch. Now, if you have the bottom foot down and you want to explore another variation, you can stretch your bottom leg out. This is sometimes called sleeping pigeon, since it looks like the flipped over version of the pose that we call the pigeon, the hip stretch. Take a few more breaths here. Check in with your jaw. You might open the mouth, stick out the tongue, make some noise. I can't hear you. Make any kind of noise you want. And then back to center. A couple more deep breaths here. Now unwind the legs and change sides. And as you change sides, check in now. Now this second side may be okay with the same setup as side one. It may want something different. So if it asks for something different, honor those requests. Feel into the left outer hip. That's the area we're looking to stretch. If it's messaging weirdly into your ankle or your knee, dial it back, find a different angle with the shin, maybe a different position with the bottom leg. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Take a few more breaths right here. And when you are ready, unwind that leg, place the foot down. Take the right knee outside the chest in right leg happy baby. You might hold behind the thigh. You can hold with the hand or with the forearm. If you prefer, you can walk the hand up towards your foot. The main thing is check in with your shoulder and your neck. Make sure your head is still on the mat and not being lifted up because the hand is reaching so high up toward the foot. Rock once you're there. Rock gently. How does it feel if you bring your knee down a little closer to the floor as you rock? And then what does it feel like? And this can be done with the hand in whatever position. If you straighten the leg a little or a lot out to the side. I like to do it with a rock. So as I rock over to the right leg is getting a little straighter, hello, and then I come back. Now the next time you rock and you straighten the leg just enough that you're like, ooh, there's a little stretch there. Stay there and breathe. Stay there and breathe. And stay there and breathe. And stay there and breathe. And stay there and breathe. Check in with your shoulders, let them go. Check in with your jaw, let it unclench. Take 2 more generous breaths here. When you're ready, bring the foot back in. Place the foot down on your mat. Heel toe the feet wide once again, maybe a little wider than your mat. Tip the knees to the left, leave them there. With the knees over on the left, maybe the right arm wants to reach overhead behind you, as if you're trying to create as much distance between the right hand and the right knee as possible. Right knee reaching toward the front of your mat and the right arm reaching to the back. Breathe and breathe deeply into the right side of the belly, into the right rib cage. And when you're ready, gently ease back to center, release the arm. Walk the feet in a little closer, and then bring the left leg into happy baby, holding either behind the thigh or walking the hand up toward the shin or the foot. I always like to, even though I'm usually pretty comfortable holding the foot, just because that's where my flexibility is, adjust for your body. But I like to start out usually holding behind the thigh and then start to explore taking the hand in other positions if I want to. Sorry about that if you're getting some mic noise, I bumped it. Rock gently. Inhaling and exhaling, and then check in with the neck and the jaw. All right, so now's the straightening part, and I didn't mention this on the first side, so sorry guys. I'm gonna mention it on this side. If it feels better, if your hamstrings are kind of tight and it's a bit much to lengthen and try to hold on to your leg in a convenient way, grab your belt and use your belt to loop over your left foot. And that'll give you a little more length to the arm, a little more room to explore. So rock a little. The knee is bent. It's kind of the happy baby position, and then you're in the hamstring stretch. And then stay in the hamstring stretch. And breathe and breathe and breathe. Whatever angle you land in, notice what you feel. You might even flex and point the foot if that feels good here. We'll come back and we'll do a little bit more of that with both legs. Couple more breaths. Gently unwind that leg, place the foot down, heel toe the feet a little wider than your mat, and knees tip to the right this time where they stay. Reach the left arm overhead, So there's a sense of spaciousness in the left side of the waist, the left side of the abdomen, even in the front of the left thigh. You might even see how it feels if you squeeze your left butt cheek, squeeze your left glutes. It may help the situation. You may not like it. You don't have to stay in it if it doesn't work for you. But it might give access to a bit more of that front of the thigh stretch, hip flexor stretch. Remember, nothing's mandatory except that you continue to breathe and that you be as kind as you can tolerate with yourself right now. Take a breath in and exhale. Release the arms, walk the feet back in. Bring both knees into the chest. And we'll do they're like knee pumps, little knee swinging movements. Swing the knees in. Now you can make this as small or as big and momentum filled as you like. So if you like to really give the knees, or rather the feet, a good kick, almost like you're getting ready to do plow pose with the feet overhead, you can do that. If you're like, yeah, that's not for me today, make them small. But find a rhythm, like find your body's own rhythm where it feels like the momentum is doing a fair share of the work. A little bit of abs. Always a little bit of abs. And then release that work. Touch the feet down. Bring the arms down. Relax your shoulders. Let the collarbones widen. And you might take your hands a little bit wider than the mat and turn the palms up. They can be as wide as they like as long as your shoulders and arms are comfortable. Press the feet into the mat. Peel your bum up off the mat. Peel yourself into bridge pose. Curl yourself back down. Take it again with an inhale. Press the feet. Peel up. Curl back down. You might like to add the arms, raising them up overhead as you inhale and floating them down as you exhale. See how that feels. Peeling up on the inhale with or without the arms. Curling down on the exhale. Take a few more like that. Inhaling, let the breath dictate the pace. Let the breath guide the pace of the movement. So we're not trying to decide on a particular pace first and then just squish the breath into it. We are allowing the breath to be as deep and wide as it wants to. And the body is moving along with the rhythm of the breath. And when we work that way, then we won't wind up like feeling like we don't have enough breath or we have breath left over at the end of a particular movement. Slowly come back down. And once you're all the way down, draw both knees in and take happy baby with both feet, both legs. Again, you might choose to hold behind the thighs or walk the hands up the shins toward the feet. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let the knees come together. Open the arms out to the sides. And from here, add a little extra ab work. Curl yourself, pull your navel into your spine and curl curl yourself into a ball as your knees go toward your right arm. But if your left shoulder blade lifts up, that's too much. And then bring yourself back in and curl yourself over to the other side, but keep both shoulder blades down. And slowly unwind to center, and let's go side to side. Add a little extra curling in and a little extra ab work. Inhale to center, exhale over to one side. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the other side. When you're ready, come back to center. Keep the right knee hugged in and stretch the left leg out long on your mat. I like to imagine a gigantic rubber band, and I've got my left foot in it, and it's wrapped over the right knee, and I want to give the giant rubber band a little bit of a stretch. Come back to center with both knees bent and change sides, change legs. Left knee hugs in, right leg stretches out. Give a little stretch to the imaginary rubber band between the knee and the sole of the right foot. Bring both knees into the chest, rock over to any side, and make your way gradually up to seated. I said seated, but I lied. Sorry, guys. I'm distracted by my new technology. Figuring out that the one place it makes sense to put a battery pack is in my cleavage. Well, exhale. Come to all fours, hands and knees, tabletop. And as you exhale, lift your navel and let your head hang. Take a couple breaths in this Halloween cat type position. And now into the back bend. Let the heart, the chest melt. And then back and forth. Exhale into the Halloween cat position. Relax your neck. Inhale. Melt the upper back. Find your way into a gentle back bend. Exhale, lifting the navel, rounding the spine. Inhaling, back bending. Now start to roll your rib cage in circles. Go the other way. Come back to center. Keep the right hand on the mat and open the left arm up to the sky, pressing down with the hand that's on the mat and reaching way up with the other arm. Inhaling and exhaling. Come on down, change sides. Twisting, opening, shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back to center. Take the knees a little wider, glide the hips back, come into child's pose. If it feels nice to stretch the arms out in front of you, do that. If it feels better to relax the arms and let them rest there, do that. Breathe as deeply as you can while in this folded in position. And especially since we're folded forward, breathe a little extra as if you could inflate the low back. While in child's pose, walk the hands to the right. The hands over to the right, breathe into the left rib cage. Space on that side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Walk the hands to the other side. Again, breathe into the side of the rib cage that's expanding. Inhaling, exhaling. Walk the hands back to center. Return to our tabletop position, hands and knees. Reach the right leg back behind you with the toes tucked under. And we'll use the hands to leverage the body. Rock forward and back so that as you rock forward, you're pushing off the ball of the foot. Ooh, my toes are a little tight today. And then as you lean back, press into the hands a bit so you get a nice stretch in the back of the leg, the calf, maybe the sole of the foot. Now you can do what feels good in your body today. If that forward and back rocking is nice, or if maybe it's not nice, but it feels like, ooh, I kind of need this right now. My toes feel especially tight on this foot today, so I'm going to do more rocking forward and back. You might decide that, hey, I want more of that stretchy feeling in the calf or the sole of the foot even. And release that leg, change sides. Stretch the other leg back, start to rock a little so you feel the toe stretch for sure. Even if you're going to land in the calf stretch in a moment, take a little bit to feel the toe stretch. Oh, I know why my toes are tight. I was dancing around on the floor yesterday. All right, breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. You might be rocking or you might find a good spot and just sit right there in it. Use the breath. Breathe into the sticky spots, into the tight spots, into the stuck spots, into whichever areas catch your attention. And come on back. Take the knees out wide, lean the hips back. Find your child's pose once again, your choice of arm position. Deep breath in and out. If you want another variation, you might come up onto fingertips. As deep a breath as you can find in this folded position. Walk the hands back. Walk the shins back in. From here, make some circles with any knee. Pick a knee, any knee. Big knee circles. One more. Go the other way. As you finish that circle, switch legs. Big, slow circles. Go the other way. And touch that leg down. Take the right leg back behind you. Pull the knee into the chest and then step the foot forward. If it doesn't come easily, you can step it around the hand, squiggle it in, any way that works for you. And then bring both hands inside the right foot and lean yourself a little forward. I'm going to scooch my back knee back a little bit. If your knee wants a little extra padding, Add a towel, a blanket, a mat. If you have a yoga mat, you can fold it over. That's another strategy. Adding a little bit of padding there, leaning the whole body forward and down. So the hips are dropping down. The hinge in the right hip is a lot. Think of like happy baby with that front leg and the torso. Only we flipped over our happy baby. If you are so inclined to bend the elbows more, maybe come to the forearms, you can do that. Relax the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Take a couple more breaths right here. Walk back up onto your hands. Keep the left hand on your mat. Take the right hand to the right thigh and twist toward the right thigh. Shrug your shoulders down, stay there. If you like, reach the right arm up in the air. If you want this to be a more energetic twist, you can tuck the toes underneath and lift your back knee. That's also an option if you maybe don't want it more energetic, but you want to get off your knee. You may have a number of reasons for doing that. Unwind the arms. If the knee is lifted, bring it back down for a moment. Step the right foot back. And then take the left leg back. Pull the knee in, step the foot forward. Scooch the foot generously forward and lean your torso forward and down. So I'm thinking of, can I come down on the inside of the foot with both hands, maybe with the forearms, maybe not, right? This is going to vary from person to person. It's not like you're any closer to enlightenment if your elbows touch the mat versus if they don't. That has nothing to do with anything. Just means in this direction you have some extra flexibility. It's not actually a measure of like how good a yogi you are or anything else. Take a breath in, relax the neck and the jaw. Take another couple breaths in this kind of forward foldy hippie thing. And walk back up onto your hands. Right hand stays on your mat. Left hand goes to your left thigh. Lengthen your spine a little extra and twist toward the left thigh. Breathe here. So you might stay there. Now, if you're feeling this a lot in the wrist of the bottom hand, press your foot more. Zip up your belly a little extra. If you like, raise the top arm. You can stay on the back knee or lift it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind. Bring the back knee down. Step the left foot back. Take the knees a little wider. Come into either child's pose, or if you want, you can do like a kneeling puppy. I'm going to call this the hammock version, meaning leave your bum in the air so your hips are about over your knees. Reach your arms forward. If it's well tolerated, think of melting your chest and letting your head hang, or maybe the head rests on the mat. If this puts you in a really awkward, uncomfortable position, try varying the spacing. Sometimes the hands a little wider will give the head a chance to settle down. Sometimes moving the hips forward or back will make it more comfortable in the body. So again, it's not like there's some secret alignment that's going to open up a whole world of enlightenment to you. What will help you is guiding your attention into the body, breathing, noticing, noticing sometimes the internal conversations we have with ourselves and attempting as much kindness in those conversations as possible. Walk the hands back in. Some days it comes more easily than others. Bring the knees back in. And let's swing our legs around so that we're in a seated position for a moment. Stretch your legs out in front of you and swing your feet. So we'll do a seated twist. And for this twist, bend your right knee. Place the right foot flat on the mat. Use your hands on the right shin, like you're lifting yourself up to sit even a little bit taller, using the hands on the shin. The other leg, the straighter leg, foot is flexed, muscles are hugging in around the bones. Lean back a little bit, left hand stays on the right shin. Take your right arm. As you twist to the right, take your right hand behind you. Lengthen the spine and twist. Feel free to keep some backward lean to your twist. And then if you want, you can bring it more upright. If it feels too constricting, try twisting the other way. And that can help if it just doesn't feel good to do the more kind of closed twist. Unwind from your twist and switch the legs. The left knee bends, foot is flat. Interlace the fingers on the left shin and use them like you're pulling yourself to sit up. Keep the right hand on the left shin, and as you twist to the left, it's like you're letting someone go through the door in front of you after you. And place the hand down, long spine on an inhale. Feel the twist with your exhale. You choose the arm position on the bent knee. You can hook the elbow inside or outside the thigh. Do check in with the shoulders and the neck and see that they're comfortable. Unwind gently. Release the legs, swing the legs a little forward and back. Now, at the beginning of our time together, we did the reclining hip stretch. You did either like thread the needle, or you did a reclining pigeon, or some other variation. Those are all options if you would like to do this next hip stretch lying down. So you can do any of the things that we already did, or maybe if you're into it. This is called Agni Stambhasana, or fire log pose. The idea is that we're sitting upright and our shins are stacked like logs stacked on each other for a fire. So think of I'm crossing my top leg and I'm thinking that I want my ankle right over the knee. And I want the knee right over the ankle. Even though they're not touching, I'm going to kind of have an imaginary line. Now, it's not with the foot inside like we'd get ready to sit with crossed legs. It's actually the foot comes almost to the outside of the thigh, like the sole of my foot goes out beyond the knee. Now, if you get here and you're like, oh crap, I'm not sure about this, you are not alone. If you get here and you're like, well, let's just see about this, and it's a little dicey, see how you feel about it as you start to lean forward. So in my body, and this is just me, you may be different. For some folks, your knees are going to lay flat and you're going to be really comfortable and you'll start to lean forward and all is well. For others of you, you may start dialing 911. If that is the case for your body and it feels like, oh crap, this is not happy for me, this is not safe for me, see how you feel with a forward lean. For me, it feels more comfortable when I'm leaning forward than when I'm trying to sit up straight. And then once you've taken a couple breaths and you've sussed out whether that's okay or it feels like, yeah, this is not anywhere close to okay, you might choose the reclining version if this one's not a good one for your body today. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your body. It means that's not the right pose for today. Sometimes we'll use props to help lift us up. Sometimes we'll change positions and approach it from a different starting point. Take a few more breaths. And then ease yourself slowly to upright. And we change legs. Whichever leg had the privilege of being on top now goes to the bottom. It's the other leg's turn. And just see, right? One side may be different than the other. Right? One side may be like, hey, no problem. And the other side might be, oh, crap. Keep breathing, keep noticing, and play your edge. That's really what we're here to do. We're not here to try to, for any of us to conform, to try to fit into a certain shape or picture of a pose. It's for us to deepen our relationship with ourselves, to feel and sense into our own bodies in ways that we don't normally when we go about our daily business. Sense into our bodies, move in different ways. Come back home to ourselves. Come back home in our bodies. Come back home to our breath. And when we bring ourselves back to this breath that we're breathing right now, it brings us back to the present moment. So that whatever went on before and whatever hasn't even happened yet, we can settle ourselves and find a sense of peace in this moment, right here, right now. When you're ready, unwind the legs, come onto your back, and when you're on your back, move your knees around. I like kind of an egg beater swirly movement, but the idea is it doesn't have to be egg beaters, but to swirl the knees around, now change direction in ways that move your thigh bones in your hip joint. We just did a kind of deep hip stretch. You might like to put your feet down and do this through windshield wipers. Maybe that feels like a really nice way to move the legs and the hip joint. And when you're ready, take any twist, any reclining twist of your choice. You can hug in one knee or both knees. And as you go over to one side, deep breath, gentle spinal twist. And take 2 more breaths, then change sides. Take a few more breaths on this side. When you're ready, return to center. Draw the knees into your chest. Rock gently. And arrange yourself to rest for a moment. Have whatever props you like to have to be comfortable. Maybe that means a pillow behind your knees or a rolled up blanket. Maybe that means some support underneath your head. Take the opportunity to take care of yourself so that your body is placed in a comfortable position. And take a deep breath in and gently let it go. And take another breath in, this time squeezing every muscle. And exhale, let it all go. We can use the images of 5 elements to represent different aspects of healing. And so as you rest here, connect with the earth element. This element is heavy, solid, stable, a little resistant to change, but also grounded, very steady and secure. Let the steadiness and the safety of the earth element hold you. And now consider the nature of water. It is smooth, flowing, cool, and flexible. Imagine water flowing in the body. Let the breath be fluid like water. Let the water element cleanse you, removing any obstacles or debris. And take another breath. And as you breathe out, become aware of the warmth in your body, connecting with the fire element. Fire is hot, intense, powerful, transformative. Let the heat of the fire element purify and burn away anything that's not needed. Feel the breath flowing in. Feel the breath flowing out. And allow that awareness of the breath to connect you with the earth, the air element, our breath, our life force. Observe the breath as it flows in and out. Like a gentle breeze in the body, but also like a cleansing wind that clears away any emotional dust. And lastly, connect with the element of space. And the yogis sometimes consider this to be the most important, the most subtle. Can you notice a sense of space between your thoughts? The space as one thought leaves your awareness, just before the next thought arises. The space around you, the space within you. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Know that you can connect with these 5 elements in the outer world and within yourself. They allow us to deepen our connection with both ourself and the natural world. And let the breath flow in. And let the breath flow out. Start to deepen the breath. Rest right there. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara, Guru Sakshat Paran Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Continue to deepen the breath, rolling the head to one side, slowly to the other side. When you're ready, stretching the arms overhead, getting long. Draw the knees in, rock over to one side. Gently press up to seated. And as you come to upright, Bring your palms right over your heart center. Close your eyes if you like. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe and at ease. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this afternoon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.